Yu-Gi-Oh has over 10,000 unique cards in its card pool, and thanks to tools such as TCG Player and eBay, duelists all around the world can pick up any card they would like with just a click of a button. But what if those tools didn't exist? What if the only way you can attain new cards was by opening packs? Starting off with 3 Blue Eyes Structure Deck and a budget of $50 a week, I must build a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck with only sealed product. No buying, no trading for cards, all leading up to doing Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest challenge, topping a YCS. This is the Blue Eyes Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! Alrighty, this week we're going to be opening up Rarity Collection 1. Now, this might seem a little bit of a weird choice to be opening up this week, but there's actually a good couple cards in this set that we can use, starting off with Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is a card that is summonable off of Blue Eye Spirit Dragon and can help us do a different combo line with our deck, since this can destroy any field spell and search for another field spell. We can search for a field spell that helps us do a different combo, or we can search for a floodgate field spell, something like Secret Village of the Spellcasters. It's also randomly a time card as well, because that field spell search effect also gains you life points as well. And if we do end up pulling the Ancient Fairy Dragon, we can also play Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon that we pulled a couple weeks back as well. There's also even Selene in this set as well. This is a somewhat generic extra deck card that we could be playing. It just requires a spellcaster monster to go into. The only problem with this one is that a lot of the time we're locked into dragon monsters and that it is a Link 3, but I think it's still worthy enough because we can help try to make our access code that play that we pulled a couple weeks ago as well. And since we are playing Mind Control as well, we just need a somewhat generic extra deck card that we can make by linking off one of our opponent's monsters that we took off of Mind Control. There's also a bunch of staple cards in this set as well. Something like Triple Tactic Talents and Forbidden Droplet are in this set. That's a really, really big staple card that we can very much use. There's even consistency cards like Pot of Prosperity in this set as well that we can very much use as well. There's even a bunch of side deck staple cards that we can use, something like Artifact Lancia, Lightning Storm, Dimensional Barrier, hell, even Evenly Matched is in this set as well. So it might be a little weird that we're opening up this set this week, but there are a couple good cards that we can use. So without further ado, let's get to the opening. Alrighty, 7 packs of Rarity Collection 1 to open up for us. Again, we're looking for something like Ancient Fairy and Selene and stuff like that, but you know, there's also other good stable cards. As long as we don't pull the cards we already have, like Ash and Nib and stuff like that, that'd be cool. Droplet, Talents, those are kind of the cards we're kind of looking for out of this set, but Ancient Fairy and Selene would also work for us as well. So without further ado, let's get into the opening, shall we? So we're starting off with a Danger Jackalope to start us off today. That sucks. Borrowload Savage Dragon technically could be a card we could make as well if it ever comes off. I don't know what's like that. There's like something on top of it. Whatever. That'd be cool if it wasn't banned. Maybe it gets unbanned on the next list. I don't know, probably not. That's a cool little card though. Outledge the Golden Lord is not something we really need in this series, unfortunately. Another Outledge the Golden Lord alternate art. I guess we'll take it, and then a Cherubini for us as well. I forget this is only 5 cards in this pack, unlike Rarity Collection 2's 9 cards, so not that many cards for us to open. But again, Ancient Fairy, just like the extra deck cards we are really looking for. Follow of Albaz is kind of a cool little card if we want something for our seals target. I guess we could maybe use this. We technically do have like Fallen, like our fusion cards for our extra deck, so something we could consider, actually. Not terrible. Dimension Shifter, I guess that's something. We're never going to be able to use it, but I guess we could use it for like a crossout target if we really want to as well. Elder Entitas is kind of cool. I don't think we're ever going to be able to use it though. We really need something to dump it to the extra deck, which we currently don't have right now. I mean, that is a way to dump it, though. Nadir Servant is cool. I guess we would need something like Maximus to take advantage of this, but we need to open up like the 2021 tins to do so. So nothing we can really do with that. And then I guess we got a playset of Eldritch. I guess that's something. I guess 2 packs of really nothing so far. I guess Fallen is technically something we could use if you really want to. I guess we just have to look at our pool. I guess Mud Dragon of the Swamp is a really cool card. If we pull Super Poly, this would go well with our Guru we pulled as well. So a pretty cool card for us. We did pull an infinite impermanence though. Secret, like a cool little secret rare as well. I don't know what to call this, but I guess it's just a rarity upgrade for us. We already have an infinite impermanence, so unfortunately, actually not the greatest thing for us. Number 100 Numeron Dragon. Yeah, nothing we can really. I guess we could if we pull the rank 8 that can pull this out. I guess Galaxy Full Armor Photon Dragon. Yes, we can use. We do have the Galaxy other one that we pulled from last week's tins. Let me just see what this card does. Once per turn, target 2 equipped cards, whatever. Target. I guess I could just destroy it. I don't know. It doesn't really seem the greatest. Dengirsu is another rank 8 we can technically use. Again, don't know how much we're really making rank 8s in the first place. So I guess, yeah, I forgot there's only 5 cards in the pack. I guess not really that much so far. We've opened 3 packs of, I mean, it's okay stuff, but nothing really we can really use to start us off, unfortunately. We need some other, like, good staple cards that are in the set. So another number 100. Ecclesia is kind of cool for our Nadir stuff, but yeah, nothing we can really do with it. Red Eye Flare Metal Dragon's kind of cool, but we're never really making rank 7s. You are lying. We pulled an Ash as well. That's kind of unfortunate. I think this is the collector rare, I think is what you would say. I guess just a rarity upgrade for us. And then Arclight, I guess. Ah, man, wrong zero. Really didn't need that. All right. A couple more packs for us. Again, we're looking for Droplet, Ancient Fairy, something we can use out of this. Reasoning is first card. Nothing we can really do with that. Secret Dengirsu is not what we needed, unfortunately. Dimension Shifter. This is the collector rare as well. Nothing we can really do with Shifter. Baron, another banned synchro card for us. Again, if it becomes unbanned, that'd be cool, and I guess we would have it, but nothing we can really do with it. And then Summon Limit, another banned card. Okay, whatever. Nothing we can really do with that. Again, come on, Ancient Fairy, Talons. Come on, some of them evenly matches also in here. If we could pull that, well, we'll pull a third copy of Dimension Shifter though, I guess. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. That is a rarity upgrade for us technically. That's something, I guess. I don't know if we really use it though that much. Fourth copy of Shifter. I guess we'll take a fourth copy of Shifter. There we go. That's a Celine. We will take Celine for sure. I guess this gives us an extra deck out. We can actually play Access Code Talker now with this as well. So gladly we'll take this Celine. This is a very good pull for us. If we can pull the Ancient Fairy as well, that'd be pretty cool for us as well. And then a Downward Magician as well. I guess this is better than last week's pull because we actually did pull a card we can use out of this. So we'll gladly take that. But last pack here, Compulse. Yeah, nothing we're gonna do with Compulse. Oh my God, a secret rare Nibiru. We are pulling. Then we're pulling the cards we already have. I guess these are just rarity upgrades for us. Another Celine. I think this is the ulti. I guess the camera won't really show it off, but yeah, this is the ulti. I guess that's kind of cool. There, okay, that's a card. Triple Tactic Talents. We will gladly take it. Talents is just another card we can put into our main deck. We will gladly take a Triple Tactic Talents. I also just forgot Pot of Prosperity is in the set too. We just haven't pulled Pot yet, but we will gladly take a Talent. Last card in the pack though is an Effect Veiler. We already have an Effect Veiler. It's an rarity upgrade, I guess. It's a super rare. So kind of a little bit of a dud of an opening, but again, the card, we did pull a Celine, so I guess we can finally throw a Celine and an Access Code in our extra deck, which is really, really good for us because honestly, that's kind of a cool thing we can put in our extra deck. But yeah, the Talents is also very insane for us as well, but no Pot, no Ancient Fairy, unfortunately, and no Droplets. I don't know. We might come back to the set just because I do kind of want the Ancient Fairy in the extra deck, and I also do like Pot of Prosperity as well, but as an opening go, we get some rarity upgrades, and we have cards we can actually put in our deck, unlike last week. So I guess it's better than what last week opening are. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Alrighty, now on to the deck profile itself. A couple changes to the deck. We did pull a couple things, unlike last week. So, you know, I'll take that as a win at least. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Starting off with the monsters, we're obviously still playing the 3 sages. Let me focus this real quick. We're playing the 3 maidens, the 3 Kaiser seahorses, and 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Yes, I did cut it down to 2. We're trying to cut less and less bricks, and Blue Eyes is technically just a brick. We only necessarily need 2. Don't necessarily need 3. Don't kill me in the comments. I know not playing 3 Blue Eyes, but we're just going to stick with it just because we are getting more stuff for the deck. So, but that's pretty much it. I mean, this is all we really need. You just need to open one of these and you're pretty much chilling. So yeah, for sure, pretty good stuff overall for us. We really never going to change that after cutting it to 2 because we only need 2 blue eyes. We're never going to cut it to 1. But now onto the spell traps. We're playing the 3 wishes still, and obviously we're still playing the 3 bingo machine to go with it as well, just because it is bingo machine. It just helps us get to this. It's just another way to combo, just more consistency for the deck. I was hoping we could pull Pot of Prosperity in the today, but I guess we aren't that lucky to pull that, unfortunately. But for the rest of the spell traps, we are still playing the 3 Roar the Blue Eyes Dragon. Eventually, this will be cut down to 2 or something in the near future, but right now we do have enough room to put it at 3, but I think once we get more cards, this is a card that we'll be able to cut down in the future. We're still playing 1 Ultimate Fusion and 1 Mausoleum as well. Mausoleum is obviously mandatory, but the Ultimate Fusion is another cuttable card, but I did like its performance last week, so it is going to stay in the deck for right now, just because it's really, really good in the deck as well. And then obviously the trap cards, we're playing 1 True Light and the 1 Majesty. I think this is pretty much mandatory in the deck as well. And that is it for the main deck, or well, at least the engine lineup for our deck. I wish I was able to put something like Fallen of Albaz in the deck. I did look at our extra deck pull. We really just don't have the extra deck to pull it off just yet, but that is a thing I do want to do with the extra deck, is make something like Fallen of Albaz, so our seals becomes doubly really dangerous for our opponents. So that is something I will consider in the future. Now on to the non-engine, we are playing the 3 Ashloss and Joyous Spring with the 1 rarity upgrade. We are playing the 3 Effect Verily with the 1 upgrade as well. The 3 Nibiru, the Primal Being, with the 1 rarity upgrade as well. The 2 Droll and Lockbird still stays in the main deck because I did really like it last week. We just didn't see it enough last week, but when we saw it, it was really, really good. We are playing the 1 Triple Tactic Talents that we did pull this week, because Talents is just a crazy, crazy ass card. I'm glad we did pull one of that. We're playing the 1 Called by the Grave still, because it's Called by the Grave. It's a really, really good card. And then, of course, the 3 Infinite Impermanence with the 1 rarity upgrade as well. So that pretty much puts us to, I think it's now 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 hand traps, I think. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, no, 16. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Sorry, had to count there. 16 non-engine slots in the deck. I think that's pretty much where we're going to have to stay with this. Maybe we can fit in more. Eventually, we'll hopefully get more hand traps, but I think the Droll might be a side deck option. We just don't really have anything else. But I do really like the Droll in the main deck. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty good lineup overall, so we will stick with it for sure. But that is it for the main deck. Now on to the extra deck, which has seen a lot of changes, actually. So we're going to start off with the 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue. We're only playing 2 this week. We're playing 3 of it for the last 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, sorry. But I think playing 2 is perfectly fine now. The 3rd one does come up sometimes. I don't know how much I'm going to regret cutting the 3rd one, but we did cut it to 2 to fit other stuff in the deck. We are playing the Hieratic Seals of Heavenly Spheres still, because Spheres is still fucking wildly insane. Really do like this card a lot. We're playing a Selene and an Axis Code as well. So the only problem with these 2 is we do get locked into dragons with the Roar of the Blue Eyes Dragon, so sometimes it's not accessible. But I would, especially since we're playing the Mind Control in the extra deck, we do just need a link target to link off something that we do Mind Control, and Selene is technically that target because we just need a spellcaster to link it off with. So this is pretty much our lineup right now. If we pulled maybe in the future we can pull an SP, and that maybe is probably going to be better for us. But for right now, this is pretty much our lineup. And with Selene with Axis Code, even though we're playing all light, which is kind of unfortunate, Axis Code becoming just a huge ass body would help us OTK as well. So we are going to try it just because we do have the room in the extra deck for it. So we are going to try it, and that is it for the Link monsters. Now onto the Synchros. That's pretty much the same. We're still playing the 3 Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, the 2 Ultimate Spirit Dragons as well, and we're not playing a 3rd target. I decided to cut Azure Eyes this week because I am going to try something new with the extra deck this week, which I don't know if I'm going to really like or not, but I am going to try it this week. So we're just going to play 3 Spirit and 2 Ultimate. I think that's pretty much enough by itself. We really don't even necessarily make the 2nd Ultimate half the time anyways, so it's not even necessary to, I don't even think it's necessary to play a 3rd target, but probably should be playing a 3rd target just in case. But that is it for our Synchro lineup. Now to our fusion lineups. We are still playing the 2 Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, and the one Ultimate Dragon as well. This is pretty just standard stuff for like a structured deck sealed. Maybe you can cut this to one in the future, but like, I don't know. Right now, I really do just like this packer. Tyrant Dragon has been winning us a lot of games, so gladly want to keep this in our extra deck. Something that maybe want to cut is the Ultimate Dragon, just because hasn't really even come up that much, but I'm going to keep it in the extra deck. But it is a cuttable card just because it hasn't really come up that much right now. And then the last two cards in our extra deck is something I'm going to be trying new this week, is the Galaxy stuff. So we're playing Cypher Dragon that we pulled last week in the tins, and the full armored Photon Dragon that we pulled today. So Cypher Dragon is pretty cool. So this is really only like a going second stuff. So this is never going to be made going first, which is good for us because we really never want to make rank 8s going first anyways. We only want to make rank 8s going second. I think this is probably the best opportunity to make our rank 8s going second. Cypher Dragon lets us, it's 2 level 8 monsters to make. Let me focus up here. Detach a material from this card, target face-up monster your opponent controls. You cannot attack directly for the rest of the turn except with this card. Take control of that monster until the end phase, but its effects are negated. Then we can overlay this guy on top of this dude, and this guy is just a pop-up card on the field. So basically it's just 2 interruptions that we can just do. So we can like do this, target a monster, negate it, or take control of it, and then overlay this guy on top, and then pop a card on their, it's a face-up card, but pop a card on their field. Again, really only going to be used going second is the thing, but I just want to try it out this week. I don't think this is really going to make the cut for future deck lists, but I do want to try it out this week. And that is it for the extra deck. I do realize how long I'm going with this or the deck profile, so let's hurry up with the side deck. There's no changes to the side deck. It's 3DD Crow, it's 1 Phantasm, let me focus up there, and a Chaos Hunter for our monsters in the side deck. Again, Crows are just Crows. I wish they were Bestials, but they will suffice for now. Then Phantasm and Chaos Hunter is for the Malice matchup. And now onto spells: 2 XYZ Encores, 2 Mind Controls, 1 Cosmic, 1 Crosshouse Designator. We have all the pretty much good targets for Crosshouse. This is really, really good. I wish we had more copies of this. Cosmic is just so we have it just for some back row stuff. Mind Control is really, really good, but especially against like the Rizal matchup, it's really good. If they don't put the Eclipse Dragons under, an XYZ Encore is specifically just for the Rizal matchup, but it's really good against the Rizal matchup. And for our trap cards, we're still playing 1 Strike, 1 Judgment, 1 Anti-Spell, and the 1 Solemn Warning. This should be like this. Again, Warning is probably going to be a cuttable card in the future. We just don't really have anything else to put in that spot right now, though. So yeah, that is it for the deck profile. Now let's get into local, shall we? Alrighty, and there actually won't be a locals today for this video. Now, we still do have a match to watch, and we'll watch that in just 1 second. But the reason why we aren't having any locals today is because I am going to YCS Vegas this weekend, and the locals I usually record for happens on a Friday, but I won't be in town on Friday because I'll be at YCS Vegas. And the other locals that I could have gone to happens on a Wednesday, but I work on Wednesday, so there's just the schedule just didn't line up for it. But I do have a match for us to watch, but unfortunately there won't be any prizing or anything like that today, so I do apologize about that. But I just planned, I'm like, okay, YCS Vegas is coming up, though I really do need to prepare for that as well. So thanks to Tommy for helping me play a match out at least, so I did have something for us to watch today. So yeah, without further ado, let's actually watch that match, shall we? So we're going to be watching it at 2 times speed here. Let me put it up on screen right now. So I won't have the camera just because I kind of want you to see everything here. We'll be watching it at 2 times speed. So we are versing against Malice, so the Malice will be on the left side, and then I will be on the right side here. So we do the die roll here. I do eventually win the die roll here and choose to go first here. So, looking at the starting hand here, I do have to pause it real quick because we are going at 2 times speed here. So the hand is Blue Eyes, Sage, 2 Bingo Machines, and a Called By. It does work, it can combo and even play through a couple hand traps since we do have the Called By as well. But obviously we'll go to main phase here and lead with a normal summon and Sage. Go Sage effect to search for a level 1 light, or a light tuner, which does resolve, so we'll go ahead and search for a maiden here. So we pretty much have full combo now. Now that Sage did resolve, we'll link into a spirit effect to search for a Mausoleum of White. So we'll go for Mausoleum of White. And then we'll go ahead and activate the Bingo Machine here. We'll go for the 3 wishes that we do have in the deck here. Good that we just have the wishes. It sucks that we did draw 2 Bingo Machine, but just having the wishes is still pretty solid. So we'll go Wishes effect here, pitching the Bricked Blue Eyes that we do have to go ahead and search for another Sage and a Roar from the deck here. And then we'll go ahead and activate Mausoleum. Extra normal summon a Sage, goes Sage effect to search once again. He actually goes ahead and imperms there. Now, it doesn't really matter. I think it's a little bit of a misplay. He should have impermed the first Sage. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter because we had the way to the combo anyway. So technically, if we played it the same way, we would have our second Sage here to go ahead and just extra normal summon and would have resolved anyway. So I guess we still lead to the same point, but kind of a wrong point to imperm. Should have imperm the first Sage, but pretty much still leads to the same situation happening where we get to the same board. We still have a maiden, and we just because we did happen the bingo machine to help us combo here. So we go Spirit Effect, the Eyes of Blue to Special Summon Blue Eyes from the graveyard, then go Wishes to Equipped, and then go into a Spirit Dragon after that. Then I go Maiden Effect to place the True Light onto the field here. Then we'll go probably Roar here just to play around more. Yeah, we do go Roar here to Special Summon out the Blue Eyes from the deck, and then we'll go Maiden Effect. He changed Sornir here to attempt to banish the Maiden here. Then we'll, looking at my extra deck, pretty much have a good way to actually play around it. Go Spirit Effect to tribute itself to go ahead and summon out the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which prevents him from banishing from my graveyard, so will actually prevent the Sornir from hitting the field. So it's really good for us. So we get the Maiden anyways here, and we'll summon the Maiden in defense here. Now the little thing about this, since we did change our deck this week, we actually don't have a third target for this Mausoleum, which is kind of unfortunate because I did want to get this Maiden Effect, but we can't unfortunately do that because we're only playing 2 Blue Eyes this week, which is unfortunate. So I actually think a little bit about this play because I actually have 2 ways. I can either go into a Seals or go into a second Spirit, which I kind of do think a lot here, but I eventually go into Seals, which I do think is a misplay. I think I should have gone for the second Spirit here because I know he has a Bestial hand in Bestial Sornir. The Seals pretty much doesn't do anything because he's just going to Bestial Special itself and then just go to battle phase here and bounce it, right? Like, it doesn't really get that much value when he has a Bestial in hand. So I think I probably should have went for the second Spirit here, but I do go for the Seals here. And then we go to end phase, the Spirit resolves, destroying the ultimate. We go Ultimate Effect to Special Summon out the Spirit from the graveyard. He changed the Baldrake to banish this Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, which is kind of, again, another unfortunate part is because if we made the second Blue Eye Spirit, at least we still have some sort of interruption. But now the Baldrake is just going to force out so much on my turn that the Seals ain't really going to get value. And then still in end phase, we get the True Light to set the Majesty Trap card as well, and we just go ahead and pass on that. So a little bit of a misplay. I should have done just a second Blue Eye Ultimate or Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, just because I know the Seals probably ain't going to get that much value thanks to Bestials, especially since we know he has a Sornir in hand as well. So kind of a little bit of a misplay on my part there, but we do pass to him. He does think just a little bit here, but yeah, he's just like, do I play into the Seals or, because he thinks he can maybe kill me here, so he has to think if he really wants to go to battle to force the Seals, or just play his turn and, hope to God, maybe the Seals don't get that much value. But he does go to battle phase. I go Seals Effect to bounce my own Mausoleum, then Seals Effect to Special Summon a Dragon from the extra deck here, or from the deck here. We summon out just another Kaiser Horse. We do need to get a good another target off of Seals, just so we can have something to do with Seals, because this is kind of the problem we're running into with Seals, is people just go to battle, run it over, and we don't really have a good target. That's something with like the Fallen Valbas that we might later on in the future do something with. He just redeclares with the Baldrake into the Kaiser Seahorse. We don't trigger the Seahorse effect. There's really no point to do so. We probably pretty much have everything in the graveyard that we want, so we just let that go through. And then it goes ahead and normal summons the Chessy Cat here, which is not the best normal summon because, again, you wanted normal summon like Dormouse or White Rabbit. So on the normal summon, I do think here, because I'm like, okay, if I can just prevent him from getting to a Malice name, that's going to be pretty nice. So we reveal 2 Blue Eyes from my graveyard, pop the 2 cards on the field, and we have the Called By to prevent the Sornir. He goes Sornir Effect, target the Chessy Cat. We go Called By, banish the Chessy Cat, but he has the field spell, which is probably the biggest punish there, just because that's the only way he extends is that or like a Gold Shark. But he does have, he goes Dormouse Effect, special White Rabbit Effect to set a spell trap. He sets TB11 here. And then, yeah, pretty much kind of in a screwed position. We really don't have any other hand traps in our arsenal, and he pretty much has combo here because now he can just link into a Splash Mage, go Splash Mage Effect to special summon back a White Rabbit. And here I do have to think, because now he can make a White Binder to start banishing things from the graveyard. So kind of prevent that, I have to kind of start special summoning things from the graveyard with the True Light effect now. So kind of just what we have to do is we go True Light to special Blue Eyes and then Maiden Effect to special itself, just to make sure we play around that White Binder to make sure we at least keep a Blue Eyes in rotation for us to at least have some sort of Blue Eyes, because now he can go into the White Binder here. Now he makes Red Ransom,
and goes back on it, decides to go into a different play here, goes into a white binder instead, and then goes white binder effect to banish cards from the graveyard here. He's going to go ahead and banish the Blue Eyes, the Neo Fusion here that prevents the targeting, and he's thinking about one more card in the graveyard. Doesn't really need to banish anything from his graveyard because all names are pretty much gone. He banishes the Majesty just to make sure I don't get any follow-up with something like a Tyrant or something like that, and then goes effect to set the GC06 as well. And he still has the TB11. He banishes the white binder here. Just go ahead and special summon from the deck. Doesn't really matter what name it is, but just a name is fine. He can't do the Chessie Cat because it is called by the grave, so it's just negated. And then the white binder effect will trigger here to special itself and then draw a card. And yeah, pretty much the game is over. He's going to have pretty much everything still in rotation, so that's kind of the unfortunate part. And he still has a known sword near his hand, which Abyssal does kind of screw us over in this spot as well, which is kind of unfortunate. But it just goes ahead, link into an access code, then goes access code effect, destroy the True Light, which pretty much wipes my entire field, makes it where I have to have the follow-up in my hand. So he passes on that, draws for turn. I draw for turn. Go ahead and go into the bingo machine once again because we do have the second one. We go into 2 wishes that we do still have in deck and to a roar as well. I think I'm maybe doing something else, but I do decide just to go on the roar just in case here. But we do have to roll for what the cards he just choose here. So he rolls, just rolls the dice, and then it actually does. We do get the wishes from that pick there, so which is really, really good because now we can go wishes, discard. We drew a Veiler for turn, which would have been nice last turn, but we didn't draw that, so we go for Sage and Roar there. Again, just thinking if I want to do a different target, but I do go for the Roar there just so I have it. Just because we do have it Blue Eyes in the bench, we do want to probably get back here. So probably going to lead with a normal summon of Sage here, which is the correct play. We go normal summon Sage, effect to search, which he thinks for a little bit, but he does eventually allow. So we eventually do get our second Maiden into rotation here, which can help us get the True Light out of the graveyard, which is really, really good for us. But now I got to really think on what to do here. I do the Maiden effect first here to go ahead and place the True Light. And we do know there's a Mausoleum in our hand as well because we did bounce it off the seals here. Which, so that, again, that misplay don't coming up because the seals don't really do anything. Should have made the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon instead. But now I really do think I don't know what to do here. So I eventually just really, really hard think on this. But I do eventually go for the Blue Eyes Roar Dragon, special summon Blue Eyes. Again, this should be in defense position, but a lot of the time I am just trying to synchro summon with this card. But he does do Sornier effect to banish the Maiden from the graveyard when I do trigger Maiden off the Blue Eyes special summon. He changed the Sornier off of that. And then I just kind of look at my little, look at everything. Can I do anything with the current field with access code? But I know there's a GC06, so he pretty much has everything. Still, I'm going to have to deal with the banish and everything like that. I don't think really a Blue Eye Spirit. I think the last card in hand is pretty much just it's a Mausoleum. We know it's a Mausoleum, so it doesn't really do anything for us. So I eventually just think about linking off here. But I do realize since I'm only playing the 2 link ones that I can't do that. So that's kind of the unfortunate part, but it doesn't really do anything for us because I was thinking maybe making a link one, bring back up another Blue Eyes from the graveyard, and then make the Galaxy guys. But then he just does the white binder, set the other trap card that's not in rotation, banish our card, and then we're just out of the game there. So I do just concede this game, and now we go into game 2. Our starting hand is True Light, Imperm, Bingo Machine, Ash, and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Not a decent hand going first, but we can still work with it since we do have a combo in Bingo Machine. But drawing the True Light kind of sucks. But since we're versing Malice in the draw phase, of course, he will activate Dimension Shifter, which is kind of a problem. But we can still do some things under it, and we still have Ash and Imperm to kind of play as well. So we go Bingo Machine go, revealing the 3 wishes to add to our hand here, which is really nice so you don't have to worry about draw. So we go ahead and activate the wishes. We discard the Blue Eyes because, again, it's just another brick in our hand that we do not want to see. So we get Blue Eyes Roar and a Sage here as well. And then we'll go ahead and then normal summon Sage here, goes Sage effect. Now, he does think I'm maybe negating the Sage, but we're under Shifter, so he's like, okay, actually, this is fine. I don't really care about this. We get the Maiden, but again, we can't trigger the Maiden effect because we are under Shifter here. So in this case, we go ahead and do Blue Eyes War Dragon to special summon just Blue Eyes from the banished area. We don't want to waste the other Blue Eyes that's in our graveyard, especially or in the deck since we are under Shifter. Go into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Kind of look at our extra deck, see if we really want to do anything. But this is pretty much our end field here. We're going to set 1. I do maybe set 2, but I go ahead and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to play around Feather Duster Lightning Storm because I know people are playing it in this format. So instead of setting the True Light and losing to like a Feather Duster, we're not going to do that. So we're just going to set the Imperm and pass. So and hope to God he may be bricked because this isn't the greatest end field in the universe. But in his draw phase, I do think the Spirit doesn't really do anything. I'm going to go, okay, summon the Ultimate Dragon instead just because this is an Omni Negate. At least it will do at least something for us. And we have the Maiden for follow-up, but he goes ahead and just imperms the guy. Then goes Feather Duster, which we thankfully we did play around. So we do get rid of the imperm, but at least we kept the True Light in rotation. So pretty good play on us as well there. But having he goes into Thrust, we go ahead and Ash the Thrust. We're going to okay, he has 2 cards in hand. We have to hope to God he brick because if he has a combo, we lose anyways. So we have to go Ash the Thrust and hope to God. Because if he has playable anyways, he just goes Ash into like, or I guess he can't talent us. But like, I'm just putting it on you have to have the combo because if you don't, then at least you get another turn out of it. But he goes into a talent to not look at hand to draw 2. So he is on a brick, but he draws the best normal summon possible in normal summon Dormouse. And that's pretty much a wrap for us because he knows that we have a Maiden in hand and 1 unknown. But the other unknown is, of course, True Light that we have. So we have no interruptions after this. So yeah, he pretty much just goes combo here. I'm going to kind of skip ahead, just kind of show you here. So he just links off into a Red Ransom, gets the field spell, then goes TB11, special to all the guys back, then goes into Heart Cryptor, and then the Heart Cryptor is a full OTK after this because now he can just go to battle phase, and he has a GCO 6 set as well. So, because he hard drew one of the traps, that does matter. So, he hard drew one of the traps, so he has a GCO 6 set off of the White Rabbit. So, he just goes to battle phase, Heart Cryptor, banish our guy, and then this is full OTK there. So, unfortunately, not the greatest game in the world, but we did do some plays, and we also understand we did misplay a little bit as well because we probably shouldn't have made the Seals game 1. We probably should have went just for a second Blue-Eye Spirit Dragon, which maybe actually would have came up because if we had maybe just one more Omni Negate for his turn, maybe we do win that game because we negate the field spell. I think we do eventually just win that game in general. So a little bit of a misplay. Game 1 probably could have been a win for us if we decided to go for a second Spirit instead of Seals. But Game 2 was pretty much a wrap. He had full, like, the best hand possible, and then he drew into combo off the talents, which is unfortunate for us. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more content on the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.